Good day and welcome to another edition of Outsider Genie, where we're looking at the race meeting on the Vaal turf track. Today is the 20th of May already. I can't believe that the time has so far gone fast. Just the other day we were celebrating New Year. Now, before I start I just want to tell the persons who might be watching this video for the first time what Outsider Genie is about. Outsider Genie is a form analyzer, and he analyze form so to give you the punter Outsider Genie that you outsiders that you can add onto your play. I don't know, I've got a genie in my head this morning. So you then take those numbers and you add it to your play, and if they arrive, you'll be standing in a payout queue laughing, thanking Outsider Genie. Now, what we normally do is in our selections, we give you an outright winner. That is a horse that we think has got the best chance of winning the race. Obviously, that's our opinion, and we can be wrong. So, but that selection can be at any price. Then we give you two outsider selections, normally 6-1 or better, that we think can either win on place, which you can then add onto your numbers. And that is where Outsider Genie differs from other tipsters. Other tipsters gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That's not what we do. You take our selections and you add it into your selection. So you must also do a little bit of your own selections as well. And then hopefully by combining that, you then get the bigger payout. You can subscribe to this video, click the subscribe now button, ring the bell, and you'll be notified every time that I post a video. You can find us on Outsider Genie on Twitter, Outsider Genie 1. I do post this video every day on Twitter, and unfortunately our Instagram is not active, and my number is 0835855133 should you wish to contact Outsider Genie. Well, you can subscribe to our daily form analysis, where we give you a little bit more than on the previous video. We give you our outright winner. I give you my two outsider selections. I give you exacta selections, trifectas, quartet, and also a small PA of 64 Rand, which you can add on or take off. We give you best bet of the day, value bets, and sometimes our value bets pays 10, 11 Rand a place, even if they don't win. And then we also give you pick 6, not more than 150 Rand for 1%, which you can play as is, or you can add on to that. So if you want to subscribe, we've got a few packages. You can sign up for 14 days. That will cost you 175 Rand for 2 weeks from the day that you sign up. Then we got a package. You can sign up now till the end of May for 200 Rand. And then we got a value package now you can sign up now for the champion season till the end of 30th of July, which is the end of the champion season, for 750 Rand. Our normal value would have been for 3 months 1,500, so you get that at a nice price now. And then you will receive all the selections, because on major days, there's no free daily preview video or selections, only to subscribers, because when on major race days, when I do the preview of the video, I go into a depth analysis of each race, not like I'm doing now, where I'm just touching on my selections. And then we got this new service. There's people that says they're not interested. Exactas, trifectas, and quartet. They want horses they can back on the nose, or they can or they can use into their doubles. So what we give is we give you 2 top bets. We give you 2 each way value bets, and then we give you 3 all to comes, a top all to come. That is obviously not going to be at big price. Today's top all to come works out to 171 to 50. Then we give you a value all to come that you can play, either just play them for win or for each way. Like today, it worked out to 134 to 10, so that's 13.4 to 1. And then outside all to come that you can play for wins, or you can play for each way. Today's all to come is 100 to 1. Now, I can't preach that the outsider all to come is going to come every day, but when it does, you're going to surely start in a payout queue and collecting. So then we also have now free pick 6 selections. That's a normal one for not more than 150 for 1%. Then we give you a pick 6 that you can play for 5%. And then we give you a pick 6 built around top and value bets for 100%. And then you can take that as a percentage that suits you. For today, 10% would cost you 128 Rand on that. So Jackpot players, you can use the middle legs of the pick sixes, and then we also give you our daily 64 Rand PA. Now the cost for this service works out to 10 Rand a day, so that's 300 Rand a month, irrespective if there are 1 or 2 meetings today, and if there's a 51 days, you score 1 day extra. So you can subscribe till the end of the month for 150 Rand, or you can subscribe now till the end of the month, to the end of May, and then to the end of June, 350, or you can make use of our, you get the rest of May for free, and then you subscribe for June, July, and August, and that will be 700 Rand. So you can also WhatsApp us on 0835855133. So let's now go to the racing, where we have the racing on the fall, and we kick off with a work riders event in race number 1 over 1400 meters. So let's have a look at the betting. Grimaldi 7 to 10, 53 to 10 Ford Commander, the Silly Fella 8 to 1, 8 to 1 Catch the Green Light, 20 to 1 Naval Guard, the Regent's Park 25 to 1, 25 to 1 Willa Brave, and longer the rest. Yeah, here in this race, number 2 Grimaldi, he should break his maiden today. He ran second to behind Duke of Sussex. Now Duke of Sussex has come out and won again on Tuesday, and you can see 2 runners out of this, already 1 winner there. I don't know what happened with the race behind Irish Willow, but then there before that did place a few times. So I think Grimaldi from draw 5 today, ready to win this race. And for outsider selections, we're going to look at number 3, Silly Fella. A nice bet announced by a goalkeeper man, nice speed. That ran a nice race behind only him, and was behind Grimaldi in the race behind Duke of Sussex. But I think can probably be involved since this is not a very strong field. And also I want to look at number 10, a 2-year-old Catch the Green Light. Matsuhale, the jockey, now going over a little bit longer today, over 1400 meters. And I've just got the feeling that looking at the breeding of this horse, the 1400 meter and even longer will probably suit. And then to complete out exacta box, exacta Ford Commander has been placed a few times, but not consistent. Can either run a place or run a dismal race, but do include in your play today. And then other horses that you might want to look at quickly is number 8, which is Naval Guard. Also ran a reasonable first race, also behind Duke of Sussex, slow into stride, and can probably run a better race today. And then number 9 as well is Regent's Park. This horse was too bad to be true. Slow, lost 2 lengths. Maybe worth another chance for the back end of your quartets and trifectas. Number 9, Regent's Park. Here we go to race number 2, all to come fillies and mares over 1400 meters. And here the betting is as follows. Number 12, Eastern Bell, 16 to 10. Ancestral Prayer, 33 to 10. Dance Lesson, 7 to 1. The Rose of Big Charmy, 8 to 1. Dancing Arabian, 8 to 1. Fort Snow, 12 to 1. Route 66, 12 to 1. 25 to 1, and better the rest. Yeah, in this race, our choice is a 2-year-old, number 12, Eastern Bell. Now, Cornet's piece is no fool. And this horse debuted nicely behind Sound of Warning, and then after that ran behind the Turn at the Ring. Now, Turn the Ring came out on Tuesday and won again. And he lost 2 lanes and speedy cuts. And then he took this horse to KwaZulu-Natal, where they put him in a small future there. And the horse was 50 to 1. And I actually said that day in my preview that this horse is extremely well bred. And I do believe this horse is better than the 8 lengths behind Eternity Ring. And the horse duty ran 4th. And it says here, and I watched the race, he was a badly bulked for between 500 and 250 meters. And if that horse came out, he would have finished closer to the winner. Don't say he would have beat a good traveler, but he certainly would have been probably finishing 2nd or 3rd. So I think today, Eastern Bell, this global view, I thought with me, May is going to be too strong for this field with respect to the trainers and the owners of these horses in this race, but extremely moderate bunch of maidens. Then for outsider selections, I'm going to go with number 8, Dance Lesson. When he debuted on Saturday, I did say that the 1200 meters, I think, is going to be too short. And the horse duly ran 2nd on his first. And I think today, he's the horse that can give Eastern Honor the biggest threat today, number 8, Dance Lesson. And then we also want to look at number 16, the Rose of Bichari. Didn't do well in his first race, but then from his first to his second race, did run well behind Rose Willow. And the 1400 meters, I'm sure, being a visionaire by Starcraft Mare, is going to like the 1400 meters, getting the -4 off. And guys, I'm telling you, you need to watch this jockey Peterson. He's very competent, and he's -4 is back, is good value. So for a 56 minus, he's running up 52. And surely I'm sure this horse is going to be there when the photos are taken come the winning post. Then also number 1 is also a horse, Dancing Arabian. You know, you never know what's going to happen. One day he runs a good race, then a bad race. But you have to, unfortunately, include himself, as this goes also for number 2, Fort Snow. Has been placed and probably can also be involved in the finish. Then there's another horse that I haven't put in anything of my quartets or trifecta selections, but this horse, Route 66, this horse is really well bred by Circle of Speed, the dam. And I'm thinking, you know, this horse that ran on gravel on a 2nd, and it's just there and thereabouts. And if you want to looking for something to include in your quartet, put in the back end of your quartets and trifectas and quartets, because I'm thinking number 15, Route 66, can be improved enough to probably be involved in the finish. So don't leave him out. And he's got currently Route 66 is 12 to 1, so you can pop him in there. Then we move on to race number 3, which is merit-rated, first merit-rated 90 divided handicap for fillies and mares, Class C, average merit-rated 80. And here the betting is as follows. Number 8, Hachivici 22 to 10, Lyrical Dance 5 to 1, Lady Amethyst 13 to 2, Pin Up 7 to 1, Rock You 9 to 2, Rougelou 11 to 1, 12 Oaks 14 to 1 and longer. And number 9, Lee Express, scratch number 2, You Relate. Now, guys, as you can see, we're running here in a Class C80. Here's a horse, number 1, Rougelou, a 7-year-old mare, already won 10 times. Okay, on this course and distance, 2 runs, 1 win and a 2nd, and has been running in A divisions, 93, 108, 95, 99, 102, 101, against some of the best in the country. And this horse is 11 to 1. Help yourself, guys. I think this horse is going to be hard today to beat. You'll see her moving up on the inside. She's going to go to the inside of the track. And, well, maybe not, I'm not sure. But I have seen her coming around the bend. She goes to that inside, and then she wins like there's no opposition. I remember the last time she won, which was 263 days, I also gave her, and she was also like 7-8 to 1. And this horse can run on, you can see her 23.1, 23.8, 23.3. She's going to be staying on over this distance. I just sometimes feel that the 1800 meters and 2000 is still full, and her best distance is over between 1400 and 1600. And I'm thinking Rougelou today, a huge runner in this field. Then for outsider selections, I'm going for numbers 9 and 10, and that is Lee Express. Now, Lee Express is only carrying 51, and it has only run in a C Division 77. But this is the kind of filly that still improved. She won nicely in her debut, beating Bella Belize, and then didn't do too bad with Ulula. And I think, but of this weight of 51, surely is going to be involved in a finish. As is number 10, Lady Amethyst, a horse that also has run against really some decent opposition in her time, and I'm thinking can also be involved. Also ran behind Eula Late in the same race, and definitely inclusion in all of your bets. And then we're going to look at number 8, the favorite, Ochovici. Also horse has won twice out of 3. Certainly that puts him in the picture here. But I must admit, lately, I mean, I can't get Lyle Hewitson right. Whenever I recommend him and Terry, they lose. If I don't recommend him, he wins. Yeah, because they have got in a few races today where they've got a favorite. So, yeah, it has got a chance. It can win, but it's running against a mare that has won 10 times and is definitely no slouch. So let's move on to race number 4, where we have a divided handicap for fillies and mares over 1,600 meters, and the betting here as follows. Number 1, Tortilla 5-1, Daniel Devilish Dancer 15-2, Evening Rise 8-1, Under 12 8-1, Phoenix 11-1, Golden Spiral 11-1. Number 15 11-1, Essence 14-1, Midnight Gem 15-1, Moby 16-1, and longer the rest. So here we're going to look at race 4, and my first selection is number 7, which is Devilish Dancer. When this horse debuted, her first 2 runs, I was flabbergasted. I couldn't believe my eyes what I was seeing. This is an extremely well-bred horse. A Silvano, Dance of the Devil, I think won 2 or 3 grade ones, including the summer handicap with Kumalo on board. And here this horse ran dismally. And when it ran the 3rd time, I just ignored it, and I was sitting watching the race. And I nearly fell off my chair because this horse was going 11, 10 lengths. And I thought, yeah, no, here we go again. And the next moment, this horse took off. And he won much easier than the 0.4 because he was winning going away. And maybe the horse has found a feet, I don't know. But again today, I do like number 7, Devilish Dancer. I do think with Lorena on board, it's going to run a huge race today, Devilish Dancer. And for outsider selections, I'm going with number 5, Under 12. Not really an outsider, but he's 8-1 in the betting. Has been running well and been there and thereabouts. And then also number 6, Golden Spiral. He's also a horse that is on improvement. And Golden Spiral ran 4.4 behind Under 12. But now there's a weight turnaround of about 5 kilograms in favor of Golden Spiral. So that should bring her closer to Under 12. So if Under 12 is your selection, then number 6, Golden Spiral, should also be in the picture, running second last time behind Galaxy Raiders. And then my other, to complete the exacta selection, number 1, Trattoria, the favorite. Yeah, ran a nice race last time out in a 74. Now running against a little bit less company, and won by beat Moby by 5 lengths, who came out and won shortly after that. So certainly Trattoria must be in with a chance in this race. And then another horse that you may want to look at is number 4, Phoenix. Kumala on board, drawn 15. This horse is, I think this horse won a maiden, and I was, I thought, wow, this is going to be going on. But it battled to train on a bit. But I'm sure one of these days she's going to find a feet. And yeah, I put a few wins together. So number 4, Phoenix, definitely inclusion in all of your bets. We need to move on to the next race, which is race number 5, which is a middle stakes over 1800 meters. And here the betting is as follows. Number 4, Nebraska 4-1, Imperial Master 9-2, Techno Savvy 7-1, Apollo Robbins 9-2, Set the Standard 10-1, Ivalo's Prince 10-1, Trent Master 10-1, 10-1 Bold Resolve, 10-1 Reunion, 12-1 Mirren, 14-1 Sudden Song, 25-1 Lady Cavalera, and 45-1 along with the rest. So here in race 5, my first selection is the number 5 horse, Imperial Master. Master of My Fate by Zantini me is drawn 1. This horse has run against some useful opposition. Here it ran in 104 behind 3 Turbo. And you won't find the likes of 3 Turbo in this race. Has also been running against stiffer opposition, and it's getting here. When second to Imperial to Oyster King last time, it was close on the line. It was heads up, heads down. Oyster King won his previous race by 12 lengths. And I think today Imperial Master might be the horse to follow in this race. And then for outsiders, I'm going here to the bottom in no particular order, number 13 and 14. This Dynasty by Caesar May won a maiden by 9 lengths. I mean, there wasn't a horse in sight. And I don't know what happened last time behind Galaxy Raiders. It said Jockey felt something amiss. Today, Ferraris is on board, Luke Ferraris. And from a 53.5, I think this horse can definitely be a contender in this race, number 13, Sudden Song. And the same goes for number 14, Lady Cavalera at 25-1. Also won her maiden by 8 lengths. And then, I don't know, compounded behind Bold Fortune. But he's improving. Ran behind Too Fat to Fly and then making a scene, and also carrying 50 today, and that can certainly be in her favor. And then we also want to have a look at number 4, which is Nebraska, which is the favorite, not a very strong favorite. This horse also finding every time a horse that can beat it. And then another horse I just want to touch on quickly is number 7, Ivalo's Prince. Certainly this horse is also a contender for me. Ran behind Imperial Master in the same race, just getting pipped by Oyster King, and surely will be there when the photos are taken. We then move to race number 6, which is a marathon 2,800 meters, the classified stakes. And here's the betting. And the betting as follows: race 6, number 7, Poppy Cop 28-10, Russian My Passion 3-1, Twice the Act 7-2, Ideal Will 5-1, Urus Apollo 5-1, Irish Dame 14-1, and 16-1, and better the rest. Now here in race 6, my first selection is the number 6 horse, which is Twice the Act. This is a twice over by a JPEG mare. Has been running well, has had 2 wins. Of one, I see who was disqualified, but then won over 2,000 meters. Last time out over 2,600 meters, he ran nicely behind Illuminate, and I think this 3-year-old filly would definitely be suited to the 2,800, and is also nicely handicapped in this race. Number 6, Twice the Act, is actually the best weighted handicap now I saw. Then my other selections is numbers 10 and 11. Outsider selections, 10 and 11. Number 10, Irish Diamonds by Irish Flame by Pentre Celebre, and she will enjoy every meter of this 2,800 meters. I'm just surprised that this horse hasn't won more races, but sometimes the horses takes time to mature, but she did run a better race behind Illuminate, where she was behind our first selection. But I think today Marco van Rensburg riding her for the first time, do watch. He doesn't ride a lot for Diane Stinger, and this could be a nice jockey strike on this horse. And then number 11 is Laconia, Wyo Marvin. He is a master in with long distance horses. The horse is only carrying 52. Also ran in the same race behind Illuminate, and I'm thinking can also be involved here in the placings. And then we can also have a look at number 7, which is Poppycock, which is the favorite Kumalo on board. But the horse is carrying a little bit more than usual because there's no apprentice on it today. But the Poppycock also had won his only race also by a fairly big margin, but was out of form, but looks like it's coming back to form now in his last few races, and will definitely don't have a problem with the distance number 7 Poppycock. And then we move to race number 7, which is a merited 90 handicap over 1,200 meters, and here's the betting as follows. Number 9, C. Vincent, 22-10. Crown Guardian, 3-1. Duel at Dawn, 13-2. Witness in Stone, 15-2. Portico, 10-1. Sing for Nico, 13-1. Piano Silverstone, 15-1. 20-1, and better the rest. Now, here my first selection is the favorite, number 9, C. Vincent. Number 9, C. Vincent. Has only had 5 runs for 1 win and 2 places. And last time out ran a nice race behind Full Velocity, and it was hanging badly. But hopefully, Simanga Gamala can straighten up today, and I think that she is a huge runner in this field today, and is definitely improved. My outsider selections is number 3, Sinfonico. Definitely a horse that surprised last time out. I did give her as one of my outsider selection, won at 25-1, and has been running against much stronger in this field, and can certainly be a contender. My concern is that although she has won over 1,200 meters, that 1,200 meters might not be his best distance, but that's only my perspective. I can be wrong. Did run on nicely over the 1,000 meters last time, so maybe the 1,200 meters will now suit him since he's an older horse, but already a horse that also won 8 races, so certainly not a slouch. So, and then my other selection is number 8. Outsider selection is number 8, Written in Stone. Also a horse that can run, turn it on, has also run against some decent opposition, including Crown Guardian, also in the race behind Full Velocity, and can probably also be involved in a finish. And then I want to have a look at number 6, Crown Guardian. The Baron Botha stable is in form. He is getting the winners. This horse won 4 in a row the other day. Then also in the same race behind Velocity, was steadied 150 meters out, so can also be involved. So there's a few form lines behind the Full Velocity. So definitely number 9 currently, I mean, that beat most of them, or all of them behind him. But now and then another horse that you just want to maybe pop into the back end of your quartets and trifectas is Duel at Dawn. This horse would seem that he would want further, but he's coming off a 465-day rest, which certainly will, I have seen sometimes horses who normally go long distances, but because they come off a long race, they're fresh, they can run over the shorter distances. So keep an eye out for number 7, Duel at Dawn. Then we move to the last race, which is a merited 74 handicap over 1,200 meters. And this really, I think, one of the most open races on the day. They're betting 5-1 the field. And let's have a look at the betting. Number 1, Successful Streak at 5-1, Country Square 5-1, 13-1 Var at Low, 10-1 Golden Ransom, Touch of Fate 13-1, Viper Jet 8-1, Blue Eyes 15-10, After Hours 12-1, Miss Costa Rica 14-1, The Fifth Wave 50-1, Big City Girl 11-1, Blue Spark 14-1, From Here to Eternity 20-1, The Villa Grand 12-1, Miss Khalifa 35-1. So let's have a look here. We're in race 8. We're running here at Class D, merited at 70. And my first selection is the number 7 horse, Viper Jet. Yeah, Viper Jet, one is maiden by 3 lengths, beating Plafilu, and has been running fair races except his second last race. I don't know what went wrong there, but then also run against that form behind Full Velocity, which I think was a stronger race than he's meeting in today. And based on that, I do feel that Viper Jet, running a little bit down in class today, can certainly make his presence felt. Lyle Hewitson will be coming on with the outside rail, coming down hands over fist. Then my selections, my outsider selection in this race is numbers 2 and 3. Number 2 and 3, both of them, Barred Low and Country Square, both of them down in class. Barred Low has been running there and thereabouts, and I think will definitely one of these days be in the number 1 box again. That ran behind Country Square when Country Square won in the 25th of March. And then after that, Country Square came out to win again. Last time out, ran also in a little bit of a higher division against quite a trip, was there and thereabouts, just fading over the last few meters. But I think the 1200 meters might suit this Duke of Marmalade, or still an entire, and definitely a horse to be included in all of your play. And then also some other horses that you can look at is number 11, the Fifth Wave. The Fifth Wave, we're all waiting for the third wave, but here's the Fifth Wave. Also a horse that has run against some strong opposition, and it's always there and thereabout. And one of these days, already 544 days without a win. But I'm telling you, one of these days, this horse is going to surprise. He had a stable companion called the McQuackers, who also battled to win. And then the other day, I gave it as an outright selection. And wow, the McQuackers actually won. And I'm telling you, the Fifth Wave, he's also a horse that one of these days he's going to put it together, and he's going to win at a good price. And then also, I think the Villa Grand is also a horse that you need to include of all of your play. Last time, second behind Lady Lucy in the Sky. And I think Lucy in the Sky is also a genuine horse. Here you'll see Celestial Love. What more can I say? Celestial Love has won a couple of races, including a Future the other day. So definitely, I think the Villa Grand, also a horse that has got the ability to win this race. So all in all, we come to the end of our preview, and I hope I could point in the right direction, which so far this week has been a very tough week, I think, for most of punters, including myself, trying to find winners. But yeah, it has been a hard week for all of us. As I always say, break a leg.